to Would I Lie to You, the show that separates the facts from the fibs. On Lee Mack's team tonight, a TV presenter who hosts the iconic game show catchphrase, "Say what you see." Well, it looks to me like Stephen Mulhern. And a tracer and professional quizzer who's so clever she makes David Mitchell look like a Love Island contestant. It's Jenny Ryan. And on David Mitchell's team tonight, an antiques dealer with a passion for anything old, whether it's a Victorian chaise longue, some war medals, or one of Lee's jokes, it's Raj Bisram. And a comedian and podcaster who loves to do yoga. She says it's made her very flexible, though she admits she can't do a week on Tuesday. It's Deborah Francis-White. We begin with round one, Home Truths, where our panellists read out a statement from the card in front of them. Now, to make things harder, they've never seen the card before, they've no idea what they'll be faced with. It's up to the opposing team to sort the fact from the fiction. First up, it's Stephen.
Right. Very few people know this, but for 5 months in 1998, I appeared every week on Noel's house party as the man inside Mr. Blobby.
David's team.
How old were you, Stephen?
Well, I was born in 77, so let's work it out. 77,
So you're 44?
44, yeah.
Wow, doesn't he look good?
That's incredible.
Have you done any physical work in your life? That's incredible.
Always outside, working on market stalls.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought you were inside Mr. Blobby.
Yeah, I was just...
I only got into TV when I worked in kids' television, and that's how I met Noel Edmonds.
So you were working in kids' TV?
Yeah.
In what capacity?
I was, first of all, a runner, then
Yeah.
I moved to a TV presenter after lots of auditions.
But how did you get the Blobby gig?
Because one of the...
Are you interested?
Yeah.
You get the Blobby gig.
The prized Blobby gig. They're always talking about it. Who will be the next Blobby? Yeah. Isn't it about time we had a female Blobby?
Is Blobby still going?
No.
Blobby gone?
Oh,
Blobby
I'm
gone.
sure Blobby's bookable, but God knows what creature is in it. How did you get that gig?
There was one other Blobby called Barry, and he was the main man, and if he couldn't do the show, then I was employed.
What was he doing that made him too busy to be
He
Blobby?
was Stig.
And how long did you do it for?
I would say about 15 shows, but I also worked at Crinkly Bottom when they did the theme park.
Oh.
So you actually performed there as well?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
I would like to ask, did you have to do the voice when you did the suit?
Yeah, I would speak into, like, there was, I don't know what you call it, but it's the reverse of, like, one of those tannoys, and it would just change the voice.
Oh, so what would you say?
Blobby, blobby, blobby.
There may be some people watching this show.
Oh, who knows? Yes.
There may be some people watching this show who wonder what we're talking about because they were born in that glorious age after Blobby. So we've got a photograph. Could that be you?
Well, I can tell you it's definitely not me, but
Why?
I've done that pose because that's one of the poses.
So how do you know that's not you?
Because I didn't do the photo shoot for it.
Stephen, when you said that's one of the poses, what are the other poses?
Good question.
Give us the
full Blobby.
Well, if I got excited, do you mind if I stand up to do it?
Not at all.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's
Right
really
in the
make this
poses.
work.
OK,
Yeah.
fine. So if I was getting excited, kids walked up, it'd be blobby, 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 blobby. Blobby, blobby. And that would be it.
Yeah.
And yet, when I do that, when kids come up to me, the police get involved.
So if there was a kid there, it would be that.
Oh, yeah, but what if he was on the other side?
This was another one, which was just if I was annoyed.
That's quite disturbing.
That's what Blobby does to show anger.
Yeah.
What was the pay like, Stephen?
On the TV show, I can tell you I got £350, which was a rehearsal on a Friday and then live on Saturday. And then for the theme parks, it was £500 a week.
See, that sounds credible because he knows the exact number.
He does,
and he's
yeah,
definite.
that's
And that's the
credible.
only thing you know when you're young and in show business. What does it pay?
Yeah.
At that stage, I mean, Noel Edmonds was the king of Saturday night television. What was it like being that close to such a talented performer? I mean, it must be unimaginable.
I would say, Rob, that as you get older, there's more and more acid in your work.
See, the thing to this day, I don't think Noel Edmonds realised that I was the guy that was in Blobby.
Oh, I see.
Right.
When you say that Noel didn't know you were in there, he did know that there was somebody in there. Well, what do you think, Deborah?
Either he's telling the truth or he is a master liar.
Well, don't forget, this is Stephen Mulhern. I mean, he has spent years at the Royal Shakespeare Company. He's been on... Sorry, that's Ian McKellen. What are you going to... Raj, what about you?
I think it could be true.
I sense that you could feel Blobby's weight around you as you moved Blobby-like and said, Blobby, Blobby, Blobby. Yeah, obviously true.
You're saying it's true, so let's find out. Stephen, Mr. Blobby, truth or lie?
Well, obviously, it's a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Stephen wasn't the man inside Mr. Blobby. Jenny, you're next.
When an earthquake struck the restaurant I was in, I mistook the shaking people for excitable diners.
David.
OK, so where was this restaurant?
It was in Los Angeles,
And when was this?
2019.
So you were a diner in the restaurant?
Yes. I had just flown in that day, and
Yeah.
so I was feeling a little bit out of sorts, and the first thing I did was to go and get some food.
Yeah.
And the people who were sitting behind me, like on a banquette, back to back,
Yeah.
their food was being brought over, and the food got onto their table, and the seat started going like this. And I thought, oh, they must be hungry like me.
I love the idea that you're going, is that an earthquake or is that just Americans moving?
So you thought the banquette was moving because the people behind you were wiggling with excitement at the sight of food?
Because
Yeah.
basically I'd done the same when my food
Yeah, and
came
you were
over.
a bit jet-lagged, hungry, sitting there. I'm eating these, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, they're excited, their food's arrived. And then when
She said it with a bit more pizzazz, though.
Yeah. When did you... Trying to encapsulate...
Wiggle, 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 there's an earthquake. Yeah,
I'm trying
yeah.
to encapsulate...
I know what happened. I'm only doing it for the money nowadays. Just get on with it. It's 50-50. We'll say lie. I don't care. I wanted to be an actor.
No, I was trying to encapsulate the jet-lagged feeling, and obviously some of my own personal and professional disappointment leaked out, as it does in all of my work. So you feel the wiggling. Oh, they're excited for their food. You carry on eating. When do you discover that something else has happened?
When I got back to my hotel and looked at social media.
Oh, really?
So hang on, even in the restaurant, you're in the restaurant, there's lots of people wobbling around everywhere.
And there weren't any gasps of surprise or fear?
I just assumed there were gasps from the loud Americans who were getting some fried chicken behind me.
You see, but I'm with Jenny. See, I get excited when food's coming out at a restaurant. I go, hey. Bobby.
Do you really go?
I do.
Yeah.
When I see it,
I just have visions of Ant and Dec going,
Can you keep it down, Stephen?
So what are you going to say, David? What does your team think?
I think this is definitely true, because if it were not true, she would have made it bigger and she would have said she'd lost a heel or something like that.
is that your version of making things bigger? We're doing a movie about an earthquake. We need it to be big. What about losing a heel? Perfect. Write it down.
Are you convinced by
Yeah, I'm
Deborah's
convinced by
argument?
Deborah.
Well, I think it's probably true.
Let's find out. Jenny, was it true or were you telling us a lie?
That was a total true fact.
Yes, it's true. Jenny really did sit through an earthquake.